Have you ever had one of those sessions where you feel like nothing much happened? The characters aren't delving a dungeon or traveling across the world or hot on the trail of a villain, and yet neither are they officially on downtime. They might be investigating this or that, or role-playing with each other, or talking to friendly NPCs, but they don't really advance the story so much, and before you know it, 3 hours have passed and the session is over. You wouldn't say the session was boring, and in fact, they're actually pretty necessary for pacing, but they're not especially memorable. They don't make anybody's campaign highlights. I assert that those sessions are more important than you might think. For pacing, sure, but for another good reason too. Mise-en-Scène is a French theater term, often applied to film, that refers to the idea of telling story through unspoken visuals, rather than spoken dialogue. You've seen it 1,000 times. An eviction notice, taped to an apartment door, tells the audience that the person living there is behind on their rent without any character expressly needing to bring this up. You understand. I contend that these slow sessions, while they might not have much going on, are excellent for conveying precisely this kind of story or world information. I think this slow session phenomena is even more prevalent in urban games. Characters have more freedom to move around on their own, more NPCs to interact with, a less obvious direction forward. My Charn detective game, for example, is filled with sessions like this. Because the campaign is so self-directed, unless the characters pursue one of their leads, they end up sitting on their hands in the agency, waiting for adventure to knock. And when it doesn't, I have to be ready. The last time this happened, one of the characters was arrested by the city watch, and the entire session was about trying to post his bail and get him out of custody. Now, rather than seeing this as a wasted session where I was unable to further any of my established storylines, it was actually a godsend because we got to dive deep into the corruption and intractability of the city's institutions, one of the campaign's major themes. Imagine how much it says about the setting that, in order to free an innocent man held on bogus charges, 4 adventurers had to spend hundreds of gold and lie and read thoughts and cast spells to move the wheels of civic government. You can use those slow sessions to drip feed story beats to the player. Maybe there's a festival when the characters are next in town. What are they celebrating? An anniversary? An armistice? A parade might inconvenience the characters as they try to cross town. Maybe some people disagree with the political narrative behind the celebration. Maybe they begin to throw rocks. How does the town guard react to this? All in the background. The characters are moving from place to place, and they witness this confrontation. They need not take part unless they want to. I mean, it's not a hook. It's simply set dressing. Mise-en-Scène. What have I learned? Take every opportunity, no matter how minor, to tell even a sliver of story. Hey, thank you so much for watching that video. Trust me, there's plenty more where that came from. If you like the channel, please consider subscribing, and you can even follow us on Twitter and Patreon. Look for the links below in the description. Thanks for watching.